Hey guys, welcome to Beehive Honey Farm's introductive video to beekeeping. My name is Stella Unger and I'm the manager here at Beehive Honey Farm. It's a family-owned and operated apiary business, and so I'm actually one of the daughters of the owner. So first and foremost, guys, we just wanted to give you guys a big round of applause, and we want to thank you so much for supporting and getting involved into a hobby. It's not very easy just to start up a hobby, especially something like beekeeping. It's completely new, and we want to just thank you very much for getting involved, because not only are you helping the environment, but you're also helping our future ultimately. So for that, we really want to thank you. So guys, we're just going to jump right into it today. We have a little bit to go through, and I guess we'll start off with the marketing material that you will see once you open up your box. So when you take a look inside, what you'll notice is the biggest piece of paper here says instructions. So it's literally just a written format of what you're watching today. So if you're not a big fan of technology, you can take this, give this a little bit of a read, and that should help you out in setting up your hive. Another thing that you'll notice in here is a brochure of Beehive Honey Farm. So inside you'll notice some of the products and services that we have here at Beehive, and then at the back you'll notice our goal and vision for the business. And inside there is all of our information that you can get in contact with us with. So if you have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to give us a call at any time. No question is a dumb question, so we look forward to them. You'll also see this postcard here, which you wouldn't be watching this video right now without this postcard. So thank you guys for tuning in today. And a really exciting thing we have in the inside the box is a 25% off voucher. Now this is great, especially when you're just starting out and you get 25% off your nuke. What you'll do is you will either call us, email us, or visit our website, and you will give us this voucher number. Once we have a confirmed and approved voucher number, we will set up a time and date where you can come pick it up. Now, if you're not local, we do deliver. Now, just so you are aware that shipping is not included in the cost. So if you are further out, shipping is not included. Now, if you're local and you're not sure how to install a nuke, no problem at all. You can come on by. We can show you how to do it, or we can place it in there for you at no extra cost. Now, if you're not local and you're not exactly sure how to place a nuke, give us a call at our front desk, and we'll be more than happy to send you an exclusive video just for you, giving you a step-by-step process on how to install your nuke. So we want to make sure that you're not alone, guys, and we'll get you started on the right foot. So that's really exciting. Take advantage of that. It's an awesome deal. And last but not least, guys, we have a magnet. Now you can stick this onto your fridge or anywhere that's magnetic. If you lose your brochure or you're not too sure how to get in contact with us, no excuses. We gave you a magnet. So you can add this onto your fridge and give us a call anytime. We would be more than happy to answer any questions, or even if you want to comment on your journey in beekeeping, we would love to hear about it. All right, so that's it for the marketing material. Let's get right into the actual beekeeping kit. And as you'll notice, guys, inside the kit, everything has been assembled, so there is no assembly required, which is great because it makes your life that much easier. Okay, so we'll go over the tools near the end, and I'm just going to explain to you this first part. So this is the bottom board, guys. And as you'll see, this is the front entrance. So right here is where the bees actually fly down and walk into the hive. It makes their life a lot easier when they're coming in from a flight. They just land on there and walk right on in. Now, we do highly recommend that you do place your bottom board ahead of time and on something that is about 18 inches off the ground. So why we say 18 inches off the ground is so that no pests or other animals can kind of get or have access to your hive. So things like ants, beetles, squirrels, raccoons, you don't want them kind of intruding the hive and kind of disturbing the hive itself. So once you have it about 18 inches off the ground, and you set it up, you line up your brood box. Now we call this a brood box because brood is actually another term for larvae or baby bees. And so this is a chamber where they actually prepare the larvae or brood. So once that's been set, what you'll notice inside is 10 of these wooden frames. They have plastic foundation with the wax coating. We put a wax coating on there just to get the bees kind of excited and kind of give them an incentive to start creating comb. So there's 10 frames inside there. Once everything is lined up, you will then take your inner cover. Now the inner cover was created so that it makes it a lot easier when you're entering the hive without disturbing the bees and getting them all alarmed on, you know, what's happening at the top. So what they would used to do is they would just have this top cover and no inner cover. And so the honeybees actually create this like really strong glue substance called propolis, and it's extremely sticky to remove. So it makes it a lot easier when you can just gently remove the top cover and then pry the inner cover with your hive tool. Just makes life a lot easier. And then right here, you can smoke them down inside this hole here, just to get them to calm down and kind of go down the box so that's easier for you to work with. So then you place your top cover on top. You'll notice that there's metal sheeting on the top cover itself. That's just for protecting. It's against, you know, weather damage and stuff like that. There is no other reason for it really. The color doesn't really, I guess, relate very well, or doesn't make a huge difference to the hive itself. So another option for you guys too is you can paint the outside of your box if you want to make it look nice, if you have it in your garden or things like that, or, you know, just to kind of make it fun. We do highly recommend that you paint on the outside, so please stay away from anything on the inside. You can paint this part right here. And anything on the outside, we do highly recommend that you avoid the inside because the bees don't really like the chemical substance. They can pick up that chemical substance a lot easier than we can. So the less chemical inside, the better. Actually, the no chemical inside, the better. So if you do feel like doing that, please do so on the outsides, and please do so ahead of time before your nuke is inside. Just makes your life a lot easier. All right, so now we have some tools to go over. And you have, whoops, 3 pieces of tools in here. So we will start off with the entrance reducer, and the entrance reducer is just that. The entrance reducer literally reduces the entrance. And so why we do that is actually to help the bees reduce the amount of space that they have to guard, especially when they're first starting out. You would usually do this on either a weaker hive, or if you have just received your nuke and they're just starting to build up, it just gives them a little bit of a hand in the beginning to reduce the amount of guarding space that they have to provide. All right, so then we have this frame grip, which is great if you're not used to picking up frames from the hive, or if you're not comfortable with, putting your fingers there where all the bees are and things like that. So what you'll do is you'll just kind of loosen it up, pry it open, and then you will take this frame grip and lift up the frame. It's great for anyone, either if you're starting out and you're just not too comfortable yet, this is a great starting tool, or if you're just, annoyed of always by accident, squishing some bees and you get yourself stung or things like that. This is great to avoid that kind of thing as well. And the last piece of hive tool that you have in here is the hive tool, and we have included it with a hook. Now this tool has been like my best friend. It works amazing. The reason why we use the hive tool with a hook instead is because when you have just an edge like this, it's very difficult and awkward to actually remove the frame. It actually starts damaging the wood frame and things like that. So it's so much nicer when you can kind of just like hook it out. It makes your life a lot easier. So this has been included for you guys for your convenience, and you can also hang it if you don't know where to put it. So you can't lose it. Always bring that with you inside the hive. Do not forget it, and do not forget it in your hive either. It's a very important tool that you'll always need. Now, another thing that you do not have included in your box that you will need when you're starting out is the smoker. Now, the smoker is just kind of a tool to help calm the bees down when you're working with them. It kind of just distracts them and lets, they kind of let you do your thing. Now, we have smokers here at Beewise Honey Farm. You can either order it online or you can come on by to our shop. And we have anywhere between $45 smokers to $78 smokers, just depends on your preference. And so then when you have all that, you guys are pretty much set to go. Now, I just want to go over 3 major things when setting up your hive, and that will be water source, the direction, and placement. Now, I kind of went over placement in the beginning, where you should have it about 18 inches off the ground to avoid any pests getting in. And another thing to mention is having a little bit of a barrier for wind breakage. If you have that, that's great. If not, it's not entirely necessary, but it's just beneficial for the bees as well. Now, That's placement. Now, direction is very important. When you're placing your box, you want to direct it towards east and north. So if you have a spot where it's east and north, that's a great location and it's prime and optimal. You will have the bees working hard and getting started early in the day. Now we say east because the sun rises in the east. So the second that sun hits the hive, they're ready to go. The bees react to sunlight. So the second they see sunlight, they know it's time to get up and get moving. So it's very important that you get the bees going early on in the day because you want to make sure that they produce enough so that they can work themselves up and build themselves up so that during the winter seasons, they're good to go and that they'll have plenty of food available for themselves. Now, with that being said, we also have the water source. Now, honeybees actually fly 8 kilometers radius. So if you have a water source like a lake or a pond, pools don't count. So if you have anything like that with an 8-kilometer radius, then that's perfect. You don't need to provide a water source, they will find it. Now, if you don't have a water source within that radius, then what you can do is you can have like a flat tray with some rocks in it, put some water in there, and then the bees will nicely land on the rocks and drink from that, especially on warm, hot summer days. That's just one way of doing it. There's many, many ways of doing it, bird baths, things like that. So it's really up to you. That's just one of the main ones that we offer here at Beewise. So that's pretty much it for placement, water source, and location. Now for what to expect once you have your nuke. So once it's placed inside, you'll notice that the honeybees actually produce from inwards to the out. So you'll know when to place another box. Once you see the end of your box, those frames being filled up, then you know you want to place another box. Now you want to place another box to give them some more room and to avoid any swarming. Now you don't want the bees to swarm on you. You want to avoid the swarming process. So you want to make sure that you check up on them in time. Now, when you first start off and you have your nuke, we do highly recommend that you just leave them alone. You let them be for about the first 2 weeks. What you can do is come up to your hive and go, okay, are they flying? Are they collecting pollen? Is there constant action going on? That's a great way to check up on your hive instead of going inside and interrupting them. After about 2 weeks, you can check inside the hive and see their progress from the inside. And once you see them kind of building up on the side, then you know you need to add another box. We do highly recommend the 2 brood chamber box before adding on your supers and your queen excluder. That way you have a nice strong hive before getting into the winter. So that's very important. Your first year is building up your bees to a strong, healthy colony. So with that being said, guys, I also want to make sure that you are or have had a little bit of a educational course on beekeeping, or you've taken a course somewhere to do beekeeping. We do supply beginner beekeeping courses here at Beewise Honey Farm. It's a full day course, lots of information. So make sure you get your sleep because there's a lot of information. There's on-field training so that you guys get comfortable dealing with the bees and what to look for and things like that, because it's one thing to learn it inside the class and it's another thing to actually have the on-field experience. So lunch and refreshments are provided for that day, and so it's a fun-filled day. You learn a lot, and it's literally everything that you'll need to know from beginning to end in beekeeping. So a nice brief little overview of everything in beekeeping. So if you haven't already, join a class. It's very important that you are knowledgeable. We don't really recommend YouTube. I know a lot of people do YouTube videos and things, which I'm doing right now, but it's coming from, you just got to make sure that it comes from a credible source. I know there's a lot of videos that come from out of the country or different areas that don't really relate to our climate, and that's very important when you're looking up into information. So with that being said, guys, that's basically it. If you do have any more questions, please feel free to give us a call at any time. Like I said, no question is a dumb question. Please feel free to give us a call. Even, send us photos. If you're not sure on what you're seeing, give us a call or email us. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions. We just want to make sure that we're here for you and that we serve you the best we can so that you have a very successful journey in beekeeping. Because if you have a very successful journey in beekeeping, then the honeybee population grows and it ultimately helps our future. So You have all of our information inside the packages. Everything is there. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or if you'd like, you can sign up for our newsletter. We have monthly newsletters where we give you up-to-date information and a little bit of a timeline on when you should be doing things during your beekeeping journey, just to give you guys a little bit of a hand. So with that being said, guys, we look forward to your experience, and have fun. Good luck. It's very rewarding, and you'll notice that it's a very peaceful hobby. It's a lot of fun, and we look forward to hearing about your experiences. I'm sure you'll have some very interesting ones. So thank you guys so much. My name is Stella Unger. Please feel free anytime to give us a call, email us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. So thank you guys. Have a great time in beekeeping, and we look forward to hearing from you guys soon. All right, thanks guys, and have a great day. Bye now.